All right. It's been a while. It is 1:15 a.m. here, and I am going to pick up kind of where I left off. I cannot believe it's been 5 months since I've made a video. Um, Look, I'm going to pick up with the new filter here that I have on Pick 3 for SUG, and I'm going to focus on just one thing. I'm going to keep this video short because I'm going to make a couple other videos as well. So, if you haven't watched that first, the one from 5 months ago, I'd watch that one first. It's 13 minutes, um, at least the first part of it, where it talks about the new filter that I'm going to get to. So I'm going to get to that in just a second. But before I do, I'd like to mention that I have another channel. I've had it for a while. I'm going to start doing more videos on it. If anybody's interested, I'll put the link in the description. And it is, let me see if I can just switch this account quick. It's right here. It's called Mustard Seed Faith. And let me see if I can just quickly view it's this called Mustard Seed Faith. So it's a Christian site or a Christian channel. And my latest video was 2 weeks ago. It's called Unwavering Faith. And it's the prophecies of Jesus in the Bible. I talk about Old Testament prophecies that were fulfilled. If anybody's interested, the link will be in the description. And I got a couple more about the rapture from a while ago. A year ago. Anyway, let's get back to the video. I just wanted to share that, and I'll put the link in the description. So let's go over to the main filter. So remember, this is what we're looking at: the highs and lows, and the evens and odds of the SB pairs right here. So just look at this here, okay, and look at these right here. So just we're focusing on this right here and this stuff, okay? And remember, this is a low is 1 through 8. So anything over here, 1 through 8. And a high is 9 through 15. And then obviously even odd is just based like that. So see two odds right there, 15 to 15. So it's two odds. And then it was two highs. So I'm just going to show a little strategy you can use. And it's pretty cool. So let's get to it. So this is Indiana. I wanted to share something with Indiana first, because if you notice here, so I actually have it. I'll put this in the description as well. Let me move this thing over real quick. 1 second here. Let me see if I can. I gotta move this thing over. You guys can't see this, but I can see this thing. Okay, so here, 2 or 3 low. So what we're looking at here is the SB pair, high, low, even, odd options. And what we're going to do is going to focus just on these right here. So it's going to be 2 or 3 low and 2 or 3 odd. It doesn't matter which one, because if there's 2 or 3, it doesn't matter. It'll be in this bunch, okay? Same thing with these two, okay? So like, for example, I copied right here, I copied those ones, and then I brought them over to the search, and you'll see here, I put them in here. And I hit run program. And this is, remember, this is only 6 draws. Oops, I got to renew. This is only 6 draws, okay? Not 6 days, only 6 draws. And look at this. Only Colorado and Indiana have not hit. Now, obviously, it's not guaranteed, but it can go out a lot more than that, I'm sure. But it's just an example that if you wanted to focus on something, this could be something to focus on, because this is 66 numbers. And as you can see, only 6 draws, and only these 2 states haven't had a hit. And so if you go to Indiana and look at Indiana, you'll see, so what are we looking at again? We're looking at the 2 lows. I just call it 2 lows, even though it can be 3. So 2 lows and 2 odds. All right, so when you come over here, you're going to look immediately at Indiana. And we're going to look for 2 lows. So where's the last 2 lows? The last 2 lows is right here. 2 lows right here. And see how it's 3 even? So it can be 2 or 3 even. So look at 2 lows, even. Just call it 2 lows and even. So nope. We're looking for 2 lows and 2 odds. So right there. 2 low and 2 odd, right? So right here. 2 low. Oops, that is the wrong one. It's right here. 2 low, 2 odd. And what is it? It's 113, right? 113. So if you look at that, you'll see right there, 113 is right there. And so that happened, what, about 12 draws ago? So, and then if you look at it, if you continue to look at it, so check this out. So we got two lows and two odds. I'm going to scroll down here just for a second here so we can look at them again. So we'll get two low, two even, two low, two odd, two low, two odd, two low, two odd, two low, two even, two low, two odd, two low, two odd. Just even though it's three, just say two because it will be in that batch. And then same thing, two low, two odd, and you can keep going. Two low, two odd, two low, two odd. It's pretty crazy. So, you know, it's just something to focus on because the more I've realized, this whole game is just like a fancy way to track your losses. It's just 220 numbers boxed up. We break it up into A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, X's and O's, and then we say, oh wow, look at my cool strategy. And there's nothing magical about this, but it's just one way to look at it, and you can say, hey, all right, there hasn't been two lows and two odds, and I know it hits very often, so I'm going to focus in on that, and then hopefully, if you don't have a giant bankroll, you can't play all those numbers, then you're going to look at whatever else is due, like keys and stuff like that. So, and then you only have to take, my point is that you only have to take a few more steps to hopefully get it down to that, just a couple numbers, and get a big win. Bring back the fun, right? So it's like, it's been so much, it just drives me crazy sometimes doing this stuff. I've been focusing a little bit more on crypto and meme coins. I'm going to make some videos on that if anybody's interested as well. So I'm learning how to do that, and I'm kind of ready to take off and start making some real money in that. So, all right. Hopefully I don't have this microphone too close to me. If I do, I'm very sorry for that. I don't have a headset right now, and I'm going to have to get a new one. So check this out. Look at this. So we did this one here. So let's just, as an example, stay with that one. Let's just jump to a random. I haven't looked at this. So Florida. Too low, too even, too low, too odd. So what I want to show you here is we know that just hit. So now let's look for the too low, too even, which we just seen. So now we're going to look for too high. Okay. So let's go here. Look at it. Ready? Too high. We just call it too even. That's just easier in my mind to say that. So too low. I'm sorry, too high, too even, and then too high, too odd. So right there. So if you were to look at this, you have them all like right in there. And it's the same. It's not always the same, but it seems to be within at least 12. But like, watch, go to Colorado. Too high, too even, too high, too even, too high, too odd. Okay, so then you jump over and go too low, too even, too low, right here, too low, too odd. See? There you go. They're all right there. Right there. And then we can go and just do another random here. And then we're going to do Wisconsin for fun here. So too low, too even, too low, too odd. And then let's look for the highs. Too high, too even, too high, too odd. So again, just right there, that little batch of numbers. So they don't stay out long, right? It's just like anything else. You can find, sums say 12, 13, and 14. And then you can say, look, these don't hit that. They don't stay out that long. And it's true. It's just another way to look at it. So I'm just trying to give an example of things you can do. So I'm trying to keep it simple. Focus on these right here. And this would be a great starting point. I mean, look at this. There's only 50 numbers in too high, too odd, right? And then I'm going to jump over to Wisconsin. We're going to try to get a win tomorrow. So let's just do this real quick. Let's jump over here. Clear this out. Let's see what's going on for this one. Hit run. We're doing 6 draws. So look at this one. See, now there's a lot more states that have not had a hit, right? It's because there's only 50 numbers. Too high, too odd. Okay, so let's bump this up a little bit. Let's go to 10 draws. Now we got, remember, Minnesota's a 1 draw state, so we got New Mexico, and I think is DC. No, DC is a 2 draw state. Let's go out a little further here. Let's go to 12 draws. So New Mexico would be a good one to look at. So there hasn't been too high, and I was getting confused when looking at too high or too odd. So let's go to Mexico and see what's going on real quick. New Mexico. We'll do the combined draws. We're looking for too high and too odd, so too high, too even. Yeah, too high, too even, too high, too even, too high, too even, too high, too even, too high, too odd right there. So there's your 033. So you can go look at the numbers. 033, right? Okay. So there it is. So now we're just going to scroll down here and look. And let's see. Too high, too even, too high, too odd. Too high, too even. And then there's a gap again. Too high, too odd. So let's see. What is that gap? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm not saying it's always 12. I'm just saying like it seems to be 12. I've done this a few different times now throughout states and it seems to be 12. But anyway, that's something you can focus on. And all right, let's jump over to Wisconsin. Try to get a win here. Try to keep this video under 15 minutes. So this was Wisconsin. I haven't played in a while. So let's see here. I already kind of looked at it so I can make this quicker. So what we're looking for over here is, let's see, too low, too odd. Too low, too odd. Let's see. I'm just going to do lows right now. Too low, too odd. Too low, too odd. Too low, too odd. Obviously, too low, too odd. There has not been right here. Too low, too even. Right? I think I'm right on that. Let's make sure. And I am right. So too low, too even. Okay, so that's due. And then let's look at the highs. So too high, too even, too high, too odd. Right? All right, so all the other ones are there. So we got too low, too even. Those are the most due. And then to be honest with you, all you have to do is just grab the too low, too even right here. And then just go put them in the thing. You don't have to sit there and search it out. That's what I did earlier. See, I could probably back up and it'll still be on there. I think it's this one. Let me hit run. That's not the one. What does it start with? Yeah, it's 001. Back this up a little bit more. There it is right here. 14 draws. Let's see, Georgia and Wisconsin. And I think if I go to 10 draws, it's a lot more states. Let's go to 14 draws. Georgia, Wisconsin. I think Wisconsin's the longest out. So Georgia would be a good one too. Yeah, they're both used up in 16 draws. So 15 draws, I think it's just Wisconsin. Oh, just Georgia. So Georgia's actually due as well for too low, too even. Okay, so what do I have for tomorrow then? If I go to the slasher, trying to keep this video to 15 minutes. I want to just show you what I did here. So I have a 1, 6, or a 9. Why do I have that? Because if I go to the keys and I look at the Wisconsin here, we got a 6 is yellow. It's due. It's out 11. 6 and 9 together, I think, are the same neighbors. So that's a good one to look at. One of those should be dropping. I could actually add the 5, but I like the 6 or the 9. And then when you look at the midday, 1 is out too. So I'm just saying, to be conservative, a 1, 6, or 9. So one of those have to hit tomorrow for me to win. And then what I have over here in the SB pairs, I have these 15, 8, 9. I'll just read them consecutively. So 8, 9, 14, 15. And the reason why I picked those is because I look at the combined and the either midday or evening alone. And what I do is I look at them and I say, okay, I'm only going to grab the ones that are out double digits. You see how that's 27, 14, and 10? So I grab the 8, 14, and 15. And then I go over to the midday and I grab the 9 as well because that's also out 15. So that's what you're looking at right there. It's right there. So 8, 9, 14, 15. And all it is the pairs that are due. See? Right here. These pairs have not hit then. 8, 9, 14, and 15. It's actually a good amount of pairs, so it's a good chance that the winner's in there. And then I just added in the low, low, even that I talked about in just a minute ago. and that set me up with 12 numbers right here. So I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but there they are for Wisconsin. That's what I would try to pick out of tomorrow for fun. And then I would say a double is not due because a double just hit. But if you look at the Wisconsin midday alone, a double's due. So the only two doubles are in here are 199. Funny because that's the last time a low even hit. That's the number that it was. And then I think 119. I think that's the only one. So maybe one of those tomorrow, or just one of these numbers in general, based on what I just said. So anyway, so that's the update for today, and I will put this stuff in the description, and then I'll put that other channel, YouTube channel, in the description as well. And I'll try to get another video in here. I'm going to do another video, I think, on lottery, and then I'm going to do a video maybe on crypto as well. Some of the things I've been thinking about, and I don't know if I'll start another channel for that or what. But all right, 16 minutes. Yeah, all right.